Hey, what is going on, everyone? Who wants to learn why the Grand Canyon State may not be for you? That's right, Arizona. The Grand Canyon State, as Arizona is known, had a serious jump in population back in 2005 and 2006, gaining about 200,000 people both years, around double what they normally see. It has since slowed down and is about average again. Arizona is also home, in my opinion, to one of the greatest Americans to ever serve his country, Senator John McCain. Arizona is a major destination for two types of people that are exact opposites, retirees and college students. The retiree migration slowed down a bit over the last 12 years or so, but the college students are still about the same over the last 15 years. Arizona is the 6th largest state and is ranked 14th in population. Arizona became our 48th state on February 14th, 1912. Here it is right here. Even if the population growth has slowed, Arizona still has a lot to offer. But keep in mind, it's not for everyone. It's kind of an acquired taste. So before you make that move, you should probably watch my top 10 reasons not to move to Arizona. Number 10, ASU. Are you looking to get a jump on a chemical dependency or cirrhosis? If you are, Arizona State University in Tempe is the place for you. Hundreds of students pay around $27,000 per year for out-of-state tuition to go party for 4 years. That's just tuition and fees. Here's a fun fact. Only about 38% of them will graduate in that 4-year time frame. More than half earned the 5th-year senior or dropout moniker. Go Sun Devils. Number 9. They have snakes. It's the desert, so yes, they have snakes. They actually have certain times of the year when the news gives warnings. Kind of like here in Oregon when they tell us it's going to rain, so wear a raincoat. Today's going to be an extra wet day. Today's going to be a not so wet day. They do that all the time. They do the same thing with snakes in Arizona. It's going to be a busy rattlesnake season, so watch where you step. I always wonder if they've ever thought about making like a chart system like we have for the rain here. You know, it's going to be this wet, it's going to be that wet, and they could have it like snakes. They can compare it to like movies. Like mild, and it's an Indiana Jones snake pit, to the middle would be like snakes on a plane, and then like a really bad snake season could be biblical proportions. Something like that. If you don't like snakes, rattlesnakes especially, you might not want to move to Arizona. Number 8. Natural disasters. Arizona has its fair share of natural disasters. They don't get earthquakes, blizzards, or tornadoes like other parts of the country, but they do get extreme thunderstorms, flash floods, droughts, dust storms, and the occasional visit from my ex-girlfriend. Between 2006 and 2013, the state's property damage due to natural disasters was estimated at $3.5 billion. That's billion with a B. And that doesn't count all the cars that are damaged whenever my ex-girlfriend tries to parallel park in your state. Number 7. The heat. Arizona is easily the hottest state in the U.S. The average temperature in, let's say, winter like December is 66, while in July the average is 106. We're talking cook an egg on a rock in the shade type heat. During last summer, 2017, 155 people died from heat-related instances, while 150 died the summer before in 2016. Obviously, if I said 17, then the summer before would be 16, but I just wanted to clarify. Here's a tip. If your AC goes out and it's 106 degrees outside, go to the mall. See a movie. Find some frickin' shade and a bottle of water. Get out of that heat. And because of that heat, there's another thing that goes with it. Really high electric bills. It's crazy. Maybe that's why people are dropping dead because of the heat. They don't want to turn up their air conditioning and get nailed with like a $500 bill. Number 6, no jobs. Don't come to Arizona looking for a job. They don't have many. While they do have one of the highest minimum wages in the country, their unemployment rate is up around 5%. The national average right now is about 4%. They did have a construction boom a couple years back, but, I mean, who wants to be a construction worker in Arizona anyway? That's definitely not for me. I was in the desert far too much in the Army. I'll never going back. Now, you do have to be a special kind of tough to be, let's say, like a redhead construction worker in Arizona. Anyway, they don't have many jobs. Number 5. Fake drugs and other stupidity. In Arizona, it's illegal to manufacture, sell, distribute imitation cocaine or marijuana. That sounds obvious, for one. But the fact that there's a law tells me that someone's been warned about this many, many times. It became such an issue that they had to make a law to stop people from doing this. It just doesn't make sense. I don't understand that one. Anyway, Arizona has another one that defies logic. The stupid motorist law. It's a law in the state of Arizona that states that any motorist who becomes stranded after driving around a barricade to enter a flooded stretch of roadway may be charged the cost of their rescue. Yeah, that's real, people. That's what you're dealing with if you move to Arizona. A state that has to make laws like that. Number 4. The crime rate. Once you get past all the phony drug dealers in Arizona, they do have some real crime. Now, every state has high crime areas. Arizona's no different. They all have them. In Arizona, there's a lot of high crime areas. In a 2017 report, Arizona was ranked as one of the most unsafe states in the country, with Phoenix, the state's capital, being the worst in the state. I read one story about a guy buying some drugs, driving into a flooded area. After they rescued him, he tried to claim that he was high and didn't see the barricade, to get out of being charged for the rescue. They did a blood test, found out that he'd been doing fake drugs all day, and charged him for the rescue. Number 3. Conservatives and guns. This is the part of the list where I have to make a disclaimer. I'm not making a political statement here. It's just some people want to know things like how their state leans in voting and how they feel about guns. It's just what they want to know. I actually could care less. I'll move wherever I want. I don't care how you feel about guns or how you voted. If I want to live there, I'm living there. This is actually for people that do care about those hot button topics. So please, stop typing. A lot of people think it's always good to know where your state stands on certain issues and topics. If politics is very important to you, then you must know Arizona is very, very conservative. Opposed to its neighboring states of California, New Mexico, and Colorado, which are very liberal states, Arizona is very conservative. And Arizona is also a very gun-friendly state. So if those two things bother you, move someplace else, because these are two things most Arizona residents are very proud of. Number 2, education. Like its neighboring state, New Mexico, schooling ain't too good in Arizona. The annual Quality Counts report by Education Week study found Arizona ranked 46th using several metrics to measure the state's education system, and it blows. Again, there's always Mississippi, and in this case, 3 other states as well. It's always nice to know that whatever your state sucks at, you're still going to beat Mississippi. Mississippi always takes last place in almost every category. If you have school-aged children, I would suggest heading north to Utah. It's a far better school system. And number 1, there's no water. Arizona is a desert, so no kidding, they have no water. The thing is, it's worse than you might think. Arizona relies on the Colorado River for its water supply. Now that the river has been experiencing a severe drought for over 17 years, the reservoir is less than 40% full. This could cause some major issues for the state if not dealt with soon and properly. And if you want to see how bad it gets, Google Cape Town, South Africa water crisis. Take a look what those people are going through right now. They've almost completely run out of water to the point where it's not just going to be an inconvenience, it's going to be scary. That's how bad it's gotten in Cape Town, South Africa. We don't want to see that happen in Arizona, one of our better states. Well, that's it. That's the top 10 reasons not to move to Arizona. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit all those buttons. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.